Well, hello. What a crowd. Nice to see you there. Um, First of all, I like to thank to the organizers for the great social event that was held yesterday in the evening. Thank you, organizers. It was great to have a social network. And today, I'm on the stage representing Ymens, the first Romanian cloud broker, and to present our idea about the marketplace of the future. So, the topics is quite usual for a talk. What is the current landscape and what is the role of the independent marketplace? And then probably the best part, the evolution, and then quite simple, the future of the marketplace. Cool. About 10 years ago, I saw a great commercial to the Sun computer. And it ends quite interesting. The Sun challenges to imagine a world without sun. But you don't need to give to such a competitive industry like IT a challenge, because they find easily something to cover the sun, which is the cloud. Thank you, the cloud, of course. What is cloud computer? Cloud computer, it's what this article said, everything and the kitchen sink. And if you get bored with my presentation, I encourage you to follow that links to find out more about cloud, because I have only 20 minutes and not be able to explain all the benefits of the cloud. But I will start presenting some. Why companies today choose cloud? For various reasons, but the piggy bank, it's on the top as usual. The cloud, it's very efficient because it shares resources, but you can choose cloud for various other reasons like better mobile workforce, improve alignment, and so on. That's why cloud is important. The cloud paradigm, it's evolving right now. And here are the figures. It's such a competitive industry with the billions of dollars at stake. So every player that gives cloud services want a big piece of a pie. But right now, what I like to see is the user perspective. Does anyone recognize that small icon over there? I give a beer. It's from a very, very well-known game. Anyone? No? It's not Zelda, it's Civilization 1. I'm the user, and I want all the pies, not only one. I want to be able to execute my application in any cloud, not just one cloud. I hate vendor logged in. So, how is that possible? Let's get back in time a little bit, taking in consideration how the marketplace evolved over the time. In the 90s, do you remember the 90s? Raise your hands who remember the 90s, please. Great, thank you, thank you. It was such a good paradigm for software marketplace. You just go to a store, a very classical store, buy a diskette, put it in a computer, and run the software. Everything was on the disk, and all the data are on the disk, and you lose the disk, and you lose everything, all the IP, everything that you've done. Okay, who encountered this problem in the 90s? Nobody? Oh, one. Okay, great. So that was the marketplace paradigm in the 90s. Let's move on 10 years later. 10 years later, something start to arise, like server and client technologies. You buy your software from the store or from the software producer, and a big fella from the IT said, no, now we install the software on server, dude. It will not run on your computer, so you cannot wreck it. The data is safe with us, and you just need a laptop or a desktop and work remotely. That's the paradigm of the 2000 around, yeah? Cool. And the marketplace evolve in, let's say, 2010 with a new paradigm, which is the rise of the cloud. As you can see, no big difference from 10 years ago, except that we don't own the infrastructure anymore. The infrastructure is securely and safely and wisely managed into big data centers. Now we had more devices that are able to connect to the cloud, like Internet of Things, mobile phones, and so on, as long as traditional laptops, desktop. But we change a little bit paradigm. Right now we are not buying software from directly from vendors and install it. We buy it from marketplaces that are already into the cloud. They are integrated into the cloud. Cool. These marketplaces allows you to buy and provision the software. The problem is that you have a lot of marketplaces, and you need to have an account for each marketplace, and the application are not connected. Okay? And that's a big problem, because you end up with a vendor locked in. If you choose a marketplace and a cloud vendor provider, you need to stick with them, and usually it's pretty hard even to move from one cloud provider to another. Okay? But the technology evolves. And now we come to our current perspective, which is very important. Agnostic and distributed cloud. This is the marketplace of the future, and this is very important because right now, what all the guys from the industry work hard is to create what they call recipes. They are in different formats, in different shapes, and there are allowed execution to multiple cloud environments. So what we try to building at Ymens is to create this marketplace of the future, as most agnostic as possible, and including as much recipes as possible. So it seems pretty bold, right? Or not? Okay. A lot of friends ask me, how is that possible in the end? And it's a great book by Peter Block. The answer to how is yes. Action on what matters. It's a great book. I recommend you to read. And this is what we done. 1.5 years ago, we entered in a consortium with other 8 entities. I'm not calling companies because are also universities across Europe, and engage in what is known as Cloud Socket project. This project aims to deliver business process as a service. So it's like designing a recipe and encapsulating in that recipe anything you need from the business perspective. Then the recipe is put on a shelf into a marketplace. It can consist in the suite of tools aggregated to work together to satisfy a business need, and they can be deployed on various cloud infrastructure. I encourage you to visit this project. It's European Commission supported program. And in this project, we bring the marketplace. So this is our foundation for the marketplace of the future. We leverage our role from the brokers, providers, well-known brokers in Romanian market, but right now we are leverage this position to allow you to become the brokers, to deliver a marketplace as a service for your business, and along with partners that deliver recipes and the cloud providers to create this infrastructure. So that's about it. We invite you to come to our stand. Cool things happen there. We have session of pair programming. We envision the smallest possible cloud. It's a cluster of 5 Raspberry Pi 3. We install Kubernetes on them. We run Docker images on them. So come code with us, run it distributed, have a slice of pizza and a Coke, and have fun with our engineers. At the end of the DevTalks, the best pair programming session will be rewarded with a piece of our cloud. We tear the cluster away and we give the 5 Raspberry Pi to the best engineers that join us. Thank you very much. Question if you have. Cool. So everything's clear, right? Thank you. Thank you.